All right. Ready to dive into a world that's part Hollywood and part, like, intense athleticism.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, it's going to be. Today we're talking about fight directors.
Awesome.
We've got an awesome career guide from RoleCatcher and a whole bunch of real interview questions
Oh, cool.
that they've pulled from their database
Duh.
to help people who are trying to get this job.
Nice.
So,
It's a cool job. It really is.
It is.
Demands a lot of creativity. And also, you need to know what you're doing.
Right.
Especially with safety.
Yeah.
And it's not just like making a cool fight.
Yeah.
It's telling a story through movement.
Right.
But at the same time, you have to make sure no one gets hurt.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, big responsibility.
So to nail that interview, you need to show you can do all that stuff.
Right.
So let's just jump right into it.
Okay.
RoleCatcher's first question is, what inspired you to become a fight director?
Oh, that's a good one.
Seems like kind of a simple question, but it's really a chance for you to grab their attention.
I think a lot of people would just say, oh, I love action movies.
Right.
But you got to go deeper than that.
Yeah.
Like, was there a specific film or play or a martial arts background?
Right. Well, really,
Yeah, what was that?
lit that spark.
Yeah, exactly.
And how has that kind of shaped how you think about fight choreography?
Right. And be ready for follow-up questions, too.
Right.
A good interviewer is going to want to know more.
Yeah. This is where I think RoleCatcher's AI can really help people.
Oh, yeah.
Because imagine having an expert analyze your response and highlight areas where you could add more detail
Wow.
or tailor it to that specific job you're going for.
That would be amazing.
Pretty cool, right?
Yeah, that's really cool. It's like having a personal coach in your pocket.
It is.
Okay, next question. How do you approach creating a fight scene for a production?
Okay, so this is where you really get to show how you do things.
Yes.
Show that you're organized and that you have a vision.
And a process. Have a clear process.
And in the career guide, they really emphasize research, character analysis,
Oh, yeah, that's key.
and working with the director.
For sure. So walk them through your steps.
Yeah.
Like, how do you start? Do you start by researching history? Or do you look at the psychology of the characters?
Right.
There's so many different ways to approach it.
Exactly.
I think something super important to mention is the purpose of the fight.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
What's the purpose?
Okay.
Is this like a brutal fight
Right.
meant to be shocking? Or is it a funny scuffle to kind of break up the tension?
Right. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Having a couple of examples ready to go, I
Yeah.
think is going to make your answer really stand out.
It shows that you've thought about it.
Exactly. Okay, let's talk about safety.
Okay, yeah, let's get into that.
How do you ensure the safety of actors during a fight scene?
That's such an important question.
So important.
Like, that's non-negotiable.
Yeah, it's not even a question. You have to do it.
Yeah, you have to be able to demonstrate that you're totally committed to it.
Right.
And you should mention specific techniques and equipment.
Right. Things like padding, breakaway props,
Yeah.
and making sure you rehearse everything thoroughly.
Mm-hmm.
And be ready for a follow-up question. Like,
Yeah.
have you ever had to adapt a scene on the fly
Oh, good one.
because of a safety concern?
Yeah.
Because that happens.
Yeah, for sure.
And if you have a story ready to go that shows that you can think on your feet
Yeah.
and that you're going to put safety first no matter what,
Mm-hmm.
then I think that's going to really impress them.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think it's helpful to think about how your approach to safety has evolved over time
Yeah.
as you've gotten more experience.
Right.
Which is why it's interesting to look at the different career stages in the guide
Yeah.
and, maybe talk about how you've been mentored
Right.
by more experienced fight directors.
Yeah.
Because we can always learn from each other.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so question 4 is, how do you work with actors who are new to stage combat?
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
So, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, patience is key.
Yeah.
Clear communication,
Yeah.
building trust, creating a safe environment where people feel comfortable learning.
Right. They might be intimidated.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like new territory for them.
Yeah, it's totally new.
They're not used to it.
So you could talk about how you break down complex moves into small steps.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe use visual aids or even do one-on-one coaching. And you should be ready to explain how you adapt your teaching style for different people.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
Because not everyone learns the same way.
Right.
Some actors might be really hesitant or scared.
Right.
So you got to make them feel comfortable.
Yeah, you're building a relationship too.
Exactly. It's a relationship. Okay, now for question 5.
Okay.
It's all about teamwork. How do you work with other members of the production team?
Mm-hmm. This one is all about being a team player
Yeah.
And showing off your communication skills.
Absolutely. Think about all the people you work with.
Yeah, it's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people. You've got the director, of course.
Of course.
But then you've got set designers,
Mm-hmm.
costume designers.
Right.
Even the stunt team.
And stunt teams.
The stunt team, yeah.
Everyone.
So give some concrete examples of how you coordinate with all these different departments.
Right.
Like how you make sure the set is designed in a way that people can move safely.
Yes.
Or how you work with the costume people to make sure that the costumes don't get in the way of the action.
Exactly. It's all about the bigger picture. You're not just doing your own little thing.
Yeah, you're part of this big team.
Big team.
All right, so question 6 I think is going to be a fun one.
Oh, good. I like fun.
Can you describe a time when you had to improvise during a fight scene because something unexpected happened?
Oh, that's a good one.
So this is your chance to show that you can solve problems on the spot.
Yes.
And that you can stay calm under pressure. Right, because things happen.
Things always happen.
All the time. So have a story ready.
Yeah.
A specific example of a time when you had to think quickly and be adaptable.
Yeah, because things go wrong.
They do.
And you got to be able to think on your feet.
And be prepared for that follow-up question. What did you learn from that experience?
Oh, that's a good one.
And how did it make you a better fight director?
Right, because every experience...
You learn something.
Yeah.
Even when things go wrong.
Right. And sharing what you've learned shows that you're always trying to improve.
Absolutely. And you know what else can help you improve?
What's that?
RoleCatcher's AI.
Oh, right, yeah.
Remember how it can analyze your answers and even give you feedback on practice videos?
Yeah.
I mean, that's where things get really interesting.
That is next level. To have AI analyze not just what you say, but how you say it.
It's amazing.
Can't wait to hear more about that.
Yeah, me too. But first, we've got a few more questions to tackle.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. Okay, so for question number 7, they ask, how do you stay current with new techniques and trends in fight directing?
Right, because it's constantly changing.
Oh, absolutely. It never stops. You always got to be learning new things.
Yeah, and this is where you can really talk about all the different things you do to stay on top of your game.
Yeah.
Like workshops, conferences, classes in new fighting styles.
Right. All that's
anything that shows that you're committed to always learning and growing.
For sure.
I thought it was cool that the career guide even mentions experienced fight directors learning motion capture techniques.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I mean, that's like cutting edge stuff, right?
It is. Yeah. And if you can show that you're on top of that,
yeah,
I think that would really impress people.
Totally.
Yeah. You could even mention specific publications or online forums you follow, just to show you're really plugged into the industry.
Right. You're actively seeking out new information.
Yeah.
It's like you really, really care about it.
Absolutely. Okay, question 8 takes us into conflict resolution.
Ooh.
How fun is that?
It's always a fun one.
Yeah, it's like, how do you handle conflicts or disagreements with actors or other members of the production team?
Yeah, because let's be real.
It happens.
It's going to happen.
There are always going to be creative differences on a set, so they want to know that you can handle those situations professionally.
Right.
So just highlight your skills in active listening, empathy, finding solutions that work for everybody.
Right.
Because remember, you're not just a choreographer.
Right.
You're also a leader and a mediator.
That's a good point. Yeah, like you're bringing people together.
Exactly. You're a peacemaker.
And in your answer, you can talk about encouraging open communication, respecting different viewpoints.
Yeah.
Really focusing on finding that common ground.
Right. Because everyone wants the same thing, ultimately.
Yeah.
To make a great production.
Right. And I bet a specific example of a time where you successfully navigated a conflict.
Yeah, have a good story.
That would really make your answer stand out.
For sure. Now, the final question in this set is all about the bigger picture.
Okay.
How do you ensure that your work as fight director aligns with the overall vision of the production?
Oh, that's a good one.
It is a good one. This is where you connect your craft to the story being told.
Yeah.
Because you have to understand the director's vision,
right,
the tone of the production, and how the fight scenes fit into all of that.
There's not just random fights.
Exactly. They're not just there for no reason. They have to serve the story.
So give some examples of how you work with the director and the other creative people on the team to make sure everyone's on the same page.
Exactly. And you want to show that you're not just creating cool moves. Right. You're crafting moments that really make the characters and the story come alive.
Right. They enhance the story.
They do.
Okay, so I know we're going to circle back to RoleCatcher's AI.
Oh, yeah.
And the whole video feedback thing.
Yes, yes. Let's dive into that.
because that's what I've been waiting for. To have an AI analyze not just what you say, but how you say it.
I know, it's amazing.
That's next level.
It really is.
Okay, so imagine this. You've practiced all your answers. You're feeling good.
Right.
But then the AI is like,
Wait a minute.
hold on. I noticed that you shift your posture in a way that might show a lack of confidence.
Oh, wow.
Or it notices that your voice gets higher
Yeah.
when you talk about a challenging experience.
That's so interesting.
Which could make you sound unsure of yourself.
Yeah, you might not even realize you're doing it.
Right, exactly.
It's like having a secret weapon.
Yeah.
Someone who can see what you can't.
It is like having a personal coach who can see those little things that you're missing.
Yeah.
And the best part is that it gives you specific advice on how to improve.
Oh, that's so cool. So it's not just pointing out problems.
Right.
It's actually giving you solutions.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
So it might tell you to adjust your posture, to project more authority, or to slow down your speech, to emphasize certain points, or even just to smile more to create a warmer connection
That's great advice.
with the interviewer.
I love it.
It's like having a stylist for your interview performance,
I love that analogy.
making sure you look and sound your absolute best.
Yeah.
You know what else I think is super cool?
What?
That RoleCatcher's AI can actually help identify unconscious biases
Oh, wow. Really?
that might be creeping into your responses.
That's amazing.
We all have those unconscious biases.
Yeah,
But they can sometimes undermine our best intentions.
for sure.
And that's especially important in a field like fight directing, where inclusivity and sensitivity are so crucial.
Right. Absolutely.
So the AI can flag phrases or examples that might unintentionally perpetuate stereotypes or exclude certain groups.
That's so important to be aware of.
It is.
Yeah.
It's like having a diversity and inclusion expert on your team,
Yeah.
helping you avoid those common pitfalls.
Yeah. Make sure you're representing yourself well.
Yeah, and making sure you're presenting yourself as a fair and thoughtful leader.
I love that. Okay, before we move on,
Okay.
I wanted to pull in some more insights from RoleCatcher's Career Guide
Okay.
because it goes into the whole career path of a fight director
Right.
and like outlines all the different stages you might go through. And I
Yeah.
thought that was really interesting.
That was a really cool section.
It was. So you might start as an assistant,
Mm-hmm.
learning from a more experienced fight director,
Yeah.
and then eventually you're choreographing your own fights.
Right.
And then even later on, you might become a consultant who advises on big productions.
Right.
And that's just one path. There are so many different ways you can go.
There's so much growth potential.
So much.
It's not just about like climbing the ladder.
Right.
It's about finding what you love.
Yes. It's about finding your niche.
Yeah.
So you might become a master of historical sword fighting. Right.
Or an expert in hand-to-hand combat. Or even a pioneer in using motion capture for stage combat.
Yeah.
The possibilities are endless.
The possibilities are endless. So to all you aspiring fight directors out there, this is a career that really rewards passion, dedication,
Yes.
and constant learning.
Absolutely.
Embrace the challenges.
Yeah.
Keep honing your craft.
Yeah.
And remember, RoleCatcher is there to support you every step of the way.
They are a great resource.
Now, before we wrap up this deep dive,
Okay.
let's shift gears for a moment
Yeah.
and think about a thought-provoking question.
Oh, I love those.
What other industries or fields could benefit from the skills of a fight director?
That's a good one. What immediately comes to mind is sports training.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Imagine athletes using fight choreography techniques to improve their agility and reflexes and strategic thinking.
Oh, yeah.
Could really change the game for everything from boxing and MMA to basketball and soccer.
It could be huge.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Like the precision and timing
Yeah.
and spatial awareness
Yeah.
that you need in fight choreography
It all translates.
could really apply to athletic training.
Absolutely. And what about physical therapy and rehab?
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, fight choreography could help patients regain strength,
Yeah?
coordination, and confidence in their movements.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Those are really great ideas. It shows how versatile
Yeah.
the skills of a fight director really are.
It really does.
Who knows, maybe one day we'll see fight choreography being used
Yeah.
in all sorts of unexpected fields.
Right.
It's exciting to think about the possibilities.
It is. Now, I know we're running out of time,
Okay.
but before we go,
Yes.
I want to leave our listeners with one final piece of advice. So as you prepare for this interview,
Yeah.
just remember, confidence is key.
Confidence is key.
Walk into that room.
Yeah.
knowing that you've got the skills,
Yeah.
the passion, and that you've done your prep
Right.
to just blow them away.
Right. And remember, RoleCatcher is in your corner.
Yeah. They've got your back.
Their full fight director interview guide, those amazing AI tools,
Yeah.
it's all there to help you succeed.
It really is. It's like having a whole team of career experts cheering you on.
Exactly. All right, so sign up for that free account.
Yes.
Dive into those resources and get ready to land that dream job.
Yes.
Now, before we say goodbye,
Okay.
let's leave our listeners with something to ponder.
All right.
We talked about fight choreography in video games, sports training, even physical therapy.
Right.
What other unexpected places could a fight director's skills shine?
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, hear me out. What about using those principles to design safer spaces for people with mobility challenges?
Oh, that's really interesting.
Like, think about it. Understanding balance, movement flow, obstacle avoidance.
Right.
All those things could be used to inform architectural design and make everyday environments more accessible.
That's fascinating.
Yeah. A fight director's understanding of spatial awareness, body mechanics, could really change how we design things.
It could revolutionize accessibility design.
Totally. Or what about workplace safety training?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, imagine using those techniques to teach workers how to move safely around heavy machinery or navigate hazardous environments.
Right, like anticipating potential threats.
Yes.
Reacting quickly, moving with precision and control.
Connected.
Those are skills that could be useful in all sorts of industries.
Absolutely. So as you start this journey to become a fight director, keep an open mind and explore all the possibilities.
Right.
You never know where your passion for creating action sequences could take you.
Yeah, it might have an impact way beyond film and stage.
Absolutely. It's all about thinking creatively.
Yeah.
And finding new ways to use what you know.
Right.
And with the right tools and resources, like RoleCatcher, you can achieve anything.
We've loved to have you join us for this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
Best of luck in that interview.
Yeah, good luck.
You got this.